In this stage of CorelDRAW, we are going to be talking about text, how we can actually work with our text in CorelDRAW. So let's get started. Alright, so there are different ways of using the text in CorelDRAW. Okay, we can actually use the text in CorelDRAW, maybe just as we have the artistic text and the paragraph text. It's not really difficult or maybe too manipulating for us to understand. It's just very simple and straight to the point. We're going to see how we can use that. So now when we're talking about artistic text, when can we use it? Maybe we just want to maybe just click on our text and just type something, whatever. Okay, maybe we just want to type this. It's just very simple, straight to the point. This is what we call the artistic text. Then what if we're now talking about the paragraph text? That is when we now draw a box. You click and drag, then you can type inside here. Now this is what we call the paragraph text. So we are going to understand all about this and how we can use it in our CorelDRAW. Alright, so now starting with this, so let's quickly talk about the paragraph text first. Alright, so I'm just going to draw this now. Good. Alright, now with this, let's say we're having some text inside. Let me just put in something. Alright, so now let's say we're having this text inside this paragraph. Now with this text, we can actually edit it, but we cannot edit it the same way we are going to be editing the artistic texts. There are different ways of editing them. Now when do we use this paragraph text? Maybe we are designing something like a brochure or a magazine or something actually looking like a Bible, the way the Bible is having two paragraphs. Also that of the brochure too is also having two paragraphs, so we can use this in having that done. So how can we actually edit or work with our text here? So this is it right here. So if we want to work with this text here, we need to bring out our text properties. Now we click on this, you go to text. Now this is it right here. Now with all of this, with this all here, you can work with your text inside here. So if we are having, let me just duplicate this. Alright, so now with this, we can actually work with all of this text inside this paragraph. So now if I should just click on this, now if I come to Arial, I can change the font from any of this. That is one thing we can actually do. Also, we can also give it a fill by clicking here and giving it a fill. Also, the paragraph, to align it, is it left align, right align, center align, or full justify? So we can actually do that from here. You see this. So now this is the spacing. Now if I should click on this, you see it's going up. But if I should take it this way, it's going down. It's giving more space between each lines of sentences. So with this, it can go this way. Then now talking about this, you can just click on this and it moves it this way, giving it more paragraph. Also with this, it's giving it the first line of paragraph. You see this. So when you are working with the paragraph text, these are the properties or the characters you can use in working with it. So now let me show you another interesting tip or something we all need to know, and it's in fact really amazing. Okay, let me just put this back to where it was. Alright, okay, before that, let's see how we can actually do the spacing with artistic text. Let me reduce this a little. Now let's say we're having this and we want to give a spacing here. We want to give a spacing right here, and also the spacing between each of this character. We just come here, click on this. Now you see this. With this, you can give a spacing down here, and with this, you can give the spacing between each character. You see this? Just as the same thing we can do here with some of this, with these properties right here. So that is one way we can actually work with the spacing in our text. So we also saw how we can change the fonts with our paragraph text. So how can we now change the font with our artistic text? How do we do that? You just come here, click on it, nothing much, click on it, come here, then you can select any font of your choice. Now let's see how we can actually work with subscript and superscript. It's not really difficult. We're going to be using the artistic text. I'm still coming back to what I said initially on the trick or a tip on how to work with this. I'm coming back to that. Alright, so let's have something like H2O. This is water. Okay, so now I want this, now let's say a subscript or a superscript. When I click on it, I come here. Now when I come here, I just come to this place. Now you see these boxes here. See this is the first box, this is another one, and this is the third one. So now this is for the two. I just highlight it, and you see this is subscript and the superscript. So if I just click on this, for instance, it brings it down. So that is actually a way we can work with our subscript and superscript. It's still the same way if you want to do it with your paragraph text. Alright, so let me quickly talk about what I was saying earlier on. What I wanted to say earlier on is concerning linking, to link your paragraphs. Now let me show you something. Now remember, I told you that you can use the paragraph text for maybe a brochure or a magazine. So now let's say we're having something like this. Let me remove all of this here and add it here. Okay, I want to add all of that here. Alright, now looking at this, we want to actually link this one to and this together, so that if you watch, there are some other text still down here. If I should drag this now, you see them, you see some other text. And now let's say maybe this is the bottom of our document. We want it to continue from this other part. All we just have to do is to link this and this together, so as when it stops here, it just comes here and continue. So how can we do that? You click on the text you've drawn, the text box you drew, where you want your text to continue from. You click on it, then hold your shifts on your keyboard and click on the other text box. So after doing this, now this is like you're highlighting in that you want these two to link together. So after doing that, you come straight to your text. When you come to your text, you come to paragraph text frame, this right here, and you see link. Now if I should click on the link, this is it, it continues from here. Now at first, if you noticed, this text box that is having these dotted lines was actually red. Now let me take it back, Ctrl Z. Now this is it, it's actually red. Now this red is showing that this text is actually more than this. There's still some other text inside there. So when I linked it now, it's no longer red. Now this is where it continues from. So what I was saying earlier on is actually linking. So if we link text box to another text box, it's going to actually make our work more easier and simpler. In fact, we're going to really enjoy it. Alright, so we are done with that. So now let's see how we can actually fit our text to parts. It's very necessary, we know that. How can we fix our text to parts? Now let's say we're having a circle. Alright, so we just want to fit our text to parts. Let me delete this. Let me copy something from here. Alright, copy, paste it here. Alright, now let's say we want to fit this YouTube to the part of the circle. What does it mean to fit to parts? It actually means making this YouTube now look curved, just as the way the circle is. Alright, so how do you do that? You right click on this, you right click, you drag it here, you drag it on the circle. If you're not on the circle, it's going to be looking like this, but when you put it on the circle, it's going to be a kind of like it's stuck somehow on it. So in fact, if you see the way I'm moving it, it's not really moving freely. But when I bring it somewhere here, I can just move it anyhow. But here, it's somehow like it's stuck there. So you just leave it and then you see fit text to parts. Now this is it. This is how we can fit our text to parts. So now if we want to now rotate it or move it, or maybe just work on it, it's from here. So with this I can just change the way it's looking like. Alright, so I'm just going to go back to this one. Then from here it reduces it. You see this from here. As I reduce it, it actually brings it or reduces the size of the YouTube. So just going to increase it. Alright, I want it here. Then I want to rotate it now. It's rotating. Alright, I'm just showing you with this you can actually rotate it and also to shrink it. Alright, so I'm going to use this one here and this one. Good. So now I'm coming back here. Oh, sorry. I want it to be outside the circle. Alright. Okay. Good. Alright, now so with this now I just got this right here. So now if you watch, it's actually stuck with the YouTube. The circle is stuck with the YouTube. I want to separate it. Like I want the circle to be on its own and the YouTube on its own. All I have to do is just Control K, which is to break. Control K, and this is it to break. So now I just separated it, and now this is how my YouTube is looking like. So at times you might find something looking curved and all of that. This is how they actually did it. Alright, so this is how we can fit a text to parts. Okay. Another way we can do that is clicking here, clicking on the circle or your shape and type. Now what we did here now, this is actually fitting it inside, not fitting it outside. Now it's actually now inside. Like whatever I'm typing is just going to be inside it, following it around. I'm going. Okay, so now let's say I'm having, let me bring in another shape. Okay, let's say I'm having this now. Just come click on this, and this is it. So if I start typing, alright, so now this is it. So if I start typing, it starts following the shape. So this is how we can, for the YouTube we just did earlier on is for how we can fit to parts, and then this other one is to fit text to the frame. So this is some of the ways we can work with our text and all of that. Alright, so now let's see how we can actually insert special characters into our text. So how can we do that? We're going to text now, click on glyphs, or you just simply click on Ctrl F11 on your keyboard, or maybe if it doesn't work you can just click on Ctrl FN F11. So just click on this and it comes out. Let me try it. Alright, now this is it. So let's have something here. Alright, so we're having this right here now. So we want to add, sorry, okay, so now we want to add a text here. We want to add it from inside here, that is from the glyphs. So what do we need to do is to maybe just highlight this one first, and then you click on this. It actually changes it. It's not so difficult. Highlight a character first, then you come, you select. Okay, so let's say we want to use this now. Just double click and here it is. So this is how we can actually insert from our glyphs. You just simply go to your text, you see the glyphs, this opens up, then you can insert whatever you want. So also if we want to insert an icon in our text, you just come here and search for Webdings, WEBDINGS. If you want to insert an icon, you search for Webdings. This is it here. Then you click enter. Now this is it. These are some icons. We have the telephone here. This is the gaming. This This is also to make a call. So these are some of the icons we can actually see here. If we do not want to add it, maybe we don't want to highlight this and insert this there, another way we can do that is you just click on this, you click, hold and drag it inside. Click, hold and drag it inside. Now this is it. So now one amazing thing about this is you can actually give it a color. This is it. Give it any color of your choice and it can actually work with it. So this is one amazing way we can actually insert special characters into our document. This is where we're going to be stopping for today, and today we've come to seeing how we can use our artistic text and that of the paragraph text. One way we can do that, we just did it's also maybe by typing and or drawing the text box and typing or inserting anything inside, and also how we can fit our text to parts or how we can fit it inside. We can type whatever we're typing inside to fit it to the frame of our text, fit it to the frame of our shape rather. Alright, so this way we're going to stop for today. So see you guys in our next class and stay safe.